Here's the 1970, I think it's a 71, sorry, 71 Pontiac 455 for sale. Um, let's see, I think it has around 6,000 miles on it. It came out actually of this GTO. I took it out of the GTO because I put in a very high performance race engine. This is a 13.6 second quarter mile engine. Well, at least that's as fast as I could do it. And it has 400 horsepower at the crank. I've got the dyno sheets that show the dyno pull making 320 horsepower at the rear wheels. And I've taken off the water pump, but yeah, I put the water pump back on. Actually, I took off the water pump because I stole the timing cover for another engine. So it does need a timing cover. That's it. The engine runs. Nothing needs to be done to it at all. It came out of the car running 13.6 second quarter mile. Took it to the track twice, and it's made about 6 passes on the track. Other than that, I drove it around town a little bit. Like I said, it has around 6,000 miles on it. The covers are Milodon. They're nice covers. They have these stems here where you just put the key on and you can easily remove them. Also, it has the spark plug. I don't know what you would call that. It holds the spark plug wires. The wires are all trimmed to length. Spark plugs are good too. You don't need to replace the spark plugs. Wires are all trimmed to the correct length. It has an MSD Pro Billet distributor. Don't need a new distributor. It has a Holley 750. You don't need a new carburetor. The carburetor is perfectly fine. It has a Carter fuel pump. Fuel pump is perfectly fine. Don't need a new fuel pump. What's cool about this engine, it has an old school Offenhauser intake. You don't get to see those very often. NASCAR, used to use those. Really cool intake. Here's all the bolts for the water pump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's the 11 bolt water pump. I guess that's 11 bolt. Anyway, there's all the bolts. Here are the engine, they're the mounts, engine mounts. They're in perfectly good shape. You don't need to engine mounts. There you go. It's got the breathers. Dipstick. It's got a large capacity. What do you call it? Milodon? Moroso oil pan. I would hit it with some spray paint. You can see some of the some engine enamel. See how some of the black paint is coming off the oil pan, but that's very nice oil pan. I think it's 8 or 9 quart oil pan. It's a good engine. Everything you need is here. 180 degree thermostat is already in there. You don't need to do anything to the engine. The heads are number 66 Pontiac heads. Those were the later 70 models that had a higher compression. They had a lower compression, so it runs fine on 87 gas. Also, the bottom end is a Crower, however you say it, Stoker kit. So it's actually a 472. So it's been punched out to a 472 from a 455. Anyway, it's a nice engine. I could drop it back in the car without doing anything to it. It would run fine. Call up Butler Performance. I think it's $129 to get a 130 bucks to get a new timing cover. And that's all you need. Maybe get you a can of Pontiac, blue engine enamel, and paint the new timing cover to match the existing engine. But anyway, it's a good engine. Thanks for looking.